Hey everyone, this is LuckySevenDX. Welcome back to Let's Play Mario & Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. In the last episode, we prepared ourselves for this moment. The barriers are broken, and we are going inside Peach's castle now. The final battle, well, it's coming quite a long ways away, but this is kind of the beginning of the end, because this is technically the last area of the game, at least in the whole outside Bowser part. That being said, it's going to be quite a long endeavor making our way to Fawful and stopping his plans, so buckle your seatbelts, guys. We're in here for the long ride, and let's start off by fighting. That was the jump on top of him. Fighting this guy, the one enemy that you're really supposed to fight both Mario, Luigi, and Bowser at some point, because this is technically a Bowser enemy, but you can pretty much combat him with Mario and Luigi. That first attack, he'll fly over to you. You have to hit his little button in the middle. If it's blue, he'll be safe. If it's yellow, he'll attack you. If it's red, he'll explode and do massive damage, but also kill himself at the same time. So that's basically want to hit him until he's blue. However, that's not necessarily something that's going to happen, so you often have to take hits there. The other one is, by the way, watch the smoke on the bottom. That's going to let you see who he's going to attack. But then just sort of hammer him away, and all will be well. And then we make him dizzy. So you see the other new enemy, though, there's two new enemies for us to face. Once again, another sort of a rehash of a enemy for Mario and Luigi. It's a dark Mawful, or metal Mawful mole, something like that. They really don't do anything different from normal Mawful moles. They're just tougher, and they have better, and they do more damage. So, really nothing too awful. Awful, while fighting Mechawful. Get it, or is it Mechawful or Mechawful? I think it's Mechawful. That kind of sounds like, that's a pretty cool name. I do like all the Fawful puns that they have in all the enemy names. Anyway, eventually it'll destroy its body, only its head will remain. It'll still sort of try to land on top of you, you can still sort of hammer it away, but it's nothing too special. The whole head separating from the body thing, that's going to come more into play when we fight these guys as Bowser. You can't fight the metal Mawful moles either. Well, you can technically, but Bowser pretty much one-shots them as usual. It's one of those enemies that Bowser can just sort of stomp. But yeah, they pretty much are just the same as the regular Mawful moles. They're just a little tougher. So, we saw this in Partners in Time. Usually for the last area in Mario and Luigi games, they tend to start bringing out the recolorings, I guess. You know, the recolorings of old enemies that we already fought. Tends to sort of happen a lot. And you're going to see there's going to be a lot of enemies that are going to be sort of clone copies of other enemies. But I mean, there's very few and far between compared to other games. A lot of the other RPGs, you know, they really do rehash a lot of the same sprites. And see, he's blue, so he goes away. So that's the way that one works. Now you can just go ahead and cut to the end. That's the only new thing that happened. Not really much variety of those enemies. They mostly just do the same sort of stuff as just really those few attacks that we saw. Really nothing new other than that. I'm pretty sure the metal Mawful, I would have liked to see a new move for the metal Mawful moles. That'd be really cool to have a unique move just for them, but wasn't the case. Either way, we got some good level ups, and in this episode, basically, we're just gonna sort of wander around the courtyard. There's gonna be a lot of beans for Mario and Luigi to collect. Unfortunately, as expected, the front door is locked up. Miracle Star can break through Dark Star barriers, cannot break through the front door. But apparently there's an entry in the rear gardens, so the rear gardens is where we're going to end up. There's actually several paths we can go to in order to get over there. But I'm going to sort of take, I'm obviously going to take both paths because I want to get all the items and stuff. But the left path does, if you're going to pick one path, the left path, well, I think you're supposed to do that path. I'm not sure if they intended you to take the right path because you kind of bypass some, you'll see what I mean later. But the left path will have all the attack pieces, all the beans, all the really good items you want to get from this area, so I do recommend that one instead, which is the one I'm going to be focusing on in this episode. Regardless, as you guys saw, there were attack pieces right there, so we actually need to figure to get those attack pieces. Now, the way this thing works, there's going to be a lot of these areas up here that you can jump up to, these sort of railing areas, and you can some of them will actually let you enter these little tower areas, and from there you can actually go other places. So from that, you can see, as you can see, we can get on top of here, and it's just going to be an easy shell block away to get that attack piece and start this whole process. And it's rather fitting that we get to use a shell to get these attack pieces. You'll see why in just a moment, because we're going to see an old recurring face in just a moment, which is pretty awesome. As you can see, you don't even get one attack piece. You get a nice whopping 7 attack pieces? 7 whole attack pieces at once, which is nice. There's only 3 left to find. However, these remaining 3 attack pieces, they're a bit tricky to find, as we're going to see in just a moment here. But first, these guys return, the guys who were there to teach us about the shell block, It's these little blue paratrooper dudes with the sunglasses, and they think they're so badass. They're like the Koopas with the sunglasses from Super Paper Mario. I'm wondering if it is supposed to be a Super Paper Mario reference. But whatever, they're all still, give them here, and blah, blah, blah. We kind of have the leader and the two lackeys, the two silly lackeys who just sort of repeat everything. Anyway, the funny thing is they start doing this little scam or something where they're like, oh my god, my stomach so hurts, it's a case of I lost all our attack pieces. Oh man! Because we did technically steal their attack pieces, and they're kind of a little pissed off at that. I mean, we stole their stuff earlier on in the game, and now we're stealing their attack pieces again. We just keep ripping these poor guys off. We need to give them, we need to be nice to them. And they're gonna ask for some coins. We're gonna be like, hey, can we play a game? And they're like, nope, money now. They're not fooling around anymore. They want the funds. They don't want this mini game crap. They just want to get paid, and that's okay. The cool thing is though, they apparently have no. I mean, Bowser, what do you pay your minions, or Fawful in this case? Like, apparently 30 coins is like a major deal to them. Like, that will buy you a grand. Like, that'll buy you what, 6 royalties? Oh man, that's just like that's like nothing. Or well, is it 10 coins? So I guess it's 3 royalties. Whatever. So apparently, so 30 coins is a little, so they're like, okay, 300 coins. Even then, though, 300 coins to us, with our grand total of 25,000 coins, that's nothing. So here you go, guys, 300 coins. You can say no, and they'll let you walk away, but you need to pay these guys because they're going to be nice. They're all like, celebrities! Well, we are Mario and Luigi. I mean, come on, have you not heard of us before? We've only saved the world how many times now? You think you would know of us by now. You'd think you would realize that we're pretty much we're like the biggest deal in the Mushroom Kingdom here. We're famous. We should have like millions of dollars. Peach should be paying us to protect her. Why are Mario and Luigi not rolling in the dough? Why do we have to collect money every game? Why do we not have like a giant millionaire fund to resort to when we're trying to save the princess? I don't even know. But we're gonna pay these guys, and for doing that, they're gonna give us 3 locations where invisible blocks will be. And these invisible blocks will be where the remaining 3 attack pieces are. So yeah, you do want to pay these guys so you can learn where the 3 attack pieces are. Which is kind of tough because some of these attack pieces are a bit tricky to find. They're in this general location, but it's kind of hard to tell otherwise. You just really have to jump around until you find it. I know generally where the locations are, so it shouldn't take too long for me to find them. But if I spend a few minutes jumping around, understand that I don't know the exact locations. And so, the first one especially is kind of a bit tricky to find. Anyway, I'm just going over here just to head over in this direction. I don't know if is there anything up here? Is there an yeah, there is an item up here. Just 100 coins. Not a big deal. Look at that. That's already a third of what we had to pay them. Why didn't they just fly around and hit a few question mark blocks? They could have got paid so much quicker by that, but whatever. Anyway, we get this little sort of semi-hedge maze section over here. There's a bean right here, so we grab this bean. We're not going to be able to get all the Peach's Castle beans yet. I think it's somewhere around like 6. I forget how many we're gonna be able to get in this section, but there's some indoors as well, and we can't access that yet with Mario and Luigi, not in this whole section. So we're gonna have to wait and come back for those later. But we're actually getting pretty close to getting all the beans in the entire game. Just really this area, the one bean I missed in the Bumpsy Plains, a couple more beans that I'm missing in Toad Town, and it's somewhere around here. The attack piece is somewhere around here. I'm in the circle right now. Where is it? I'm completely missing it. I know it's on this hedge somewhere. It's not over here. There's just a. Where is it? But yeah, there's another area that we haven't been to yet that we have to get beans in. The one's in Peach's Castle, one's in Bumpy Plains. There's a couple in Toad Town that we need to get. Other than that, though, we've pretty much gotten most of the beans in the game, which is pretty nice. Well, I need to find this attack piece somewhere. It's around here in this area. Where? I can't seem to find. Oh, there we go. It's like way up here. Well then, I always thought it was more in the center of the circle, but apparently it's not exactly in the center of the circle. It's just anywhere in that general area. So just jump around until you find it. Well, that being said, if you're watching this video, you already know exactly where it is, so you shouldn't have much trouble finding it now, should you? Unless you weren't paying attention, in which case, I don't really know what to say to that, to be honest. I guess you can go back and look, or you can find it yourself. Really up to you. Anyway, there's you can actually make there's a little gap in here that you can't really see on camera. That'll actually let you get back over here if you need to. But there's no reason to take it for now. We got everything we need to get in this room, including all the beans. So we're going to move up this way and move on to bigger and brighter pastures. Because we're clearly cows. These are clearly pastures. Speaking of fields, this field looks like a Fawful face. And his eyes have beans. Go figure. And these metal Mawful moles need to stop throwing their shit at me. Do not appreciate. when fighting the Mawful moles, don't forget if their eyes are covered with dirt during that one attack, you can they will throw over you, so don't worry about that. Also, keep in mind they are a lot faster with the other attacks, so you do have to be a bit careful, I guess. Anyway, you can actually access this tower over here, and then you can head this direction for some more goodies, including one of the attack pieces, so it's definitely worth going in this direction. The attack you get from Peach's Castle, as you're going to see later on, is a very, very interesting attack. It's also a very powerful attack. I do consider Magic Window to be the strongest attack in the game, but this one's also pretty good and pretty darn powerful, so it's going to be and probably one of the tougher attacks to use. For some reason, it feels like the mixed flowers of the game, except I think it is a single target only attack, but it's sort of like that big flashy final attack that they seem to always have in those Mario and Luigi games and the RPGs in general. They always have like a big final flashy attack that you can do. Anyway, as you can see, the attack piece is right there. We're just sort of wondering as a small Mario, getting a couple items, including some surprising socks. These socks are so surprising! They are full of surprises! And that's because they restore your SP once per turn. Really, though, 3 SP per turn, as opposed to the Guardian socks, which are 8 and 2. I mean, they give you HP along with SP. I think, you know, the Guardian socks obviously trump those ones, so I see no reason to put those on. I could put them on Mario, maybe, and you can get, you know, a bit of extra SP gain, but I really don't see any reason to. I'm pretty happy with my setup for Mario at the moment. I see no reason to change it. I'm not going to really be making too many... I don't think I'm going to be making that many changes to my current lineup in terms of items and whatnot. I'm pretty content with how they are at the moment. Obviously, I'll have to change the Dizzy Boots out for the final boss and stuff, because, you know, the Dizzy Boots are useless against the boss. But other than that, I mean, I'm pretty content with the setup I have. I'll probably just give Mario, like, the boots that restore HP or something like that. I got hit by a Mawful mole. Darn you, Mawful moles. So freaking silly. The guys don't explode that much, which is why I haven't even gotten an explosion yet, so that's why I haven't shown those off as of yet. That's because I haven't gotten exploded on. I'm not sure if I will. They really don't use the whole explosion thing that often. It doesn't do that much damage, though, so it's really nothing to worry about. It's more just a nuisance than anything else. Anyway, there's an item over here, and as you can see, there's a whole little Balloon Mario segment over here that we need to deal with, but I should have probably gone the other direction first so I can get up there. So let's head back, backtrack a little bit, head over there, hopefully not get hit by a Monty Mole, because I don't really want to get hit by Monty Moles. They're kind of a pain in the ass. Okay. I did not see that rock coming. That's unfortunate. Whatever, moving on. Not a big deal. Just a minor setback. We'll go ahead, move under here, and the other attack piece is going to be found in this section over here, along with some other goodies that we can collect. I think some other beans. I think it actually may be is it the remainder of the beans? I think these are the last couple beans you can get during this whole section, or at least before, you know, an upcoming boss, because there will be a boss coming up at some point. Do not worry about that. As you can see, as you're flying over there, you kind of are blocked a little bit, and that's because there's an invisible attack block right here. So now that we have all the attack pieces, we get ourselves a brand spanking new special attack, which is pretty awesome. I think this is the final attack of the game. I don't quite remember off the top of my head whether another certain section I'm thinking of has a special attack. I don't think it does. I think this is the last special attack in the game. So what you need to do, basically, is you aim you sort of have to aim. It's a bit of a tricky one. You have to aim your cursor while sort of doing the whole fire flowers, you know, firing in the right direction, you know, rapidly pressing A and B, depending on whether it's Mario or Luigi. But you also need to aim at the same time, which is tricky. As you can see, if you aim properly, you get a lot of stars on the thing. The more stars you get on, the more damage it will do. The more damage it will do, obviously, the better you've done. So, it's basically, you kind of have to, like, aim. Kind of like reminds me of Yoshi's Island, this whole cursor sort of thing. But you sort of want to aim. I'm kind of having, I kind of make the mistake right here of keeping the cursor too high, so I can't even see where I'm aiming. Because when you change with Mario and Luigi, obviously the angle changes, so you have to make a pretty quick adjustment with your cursor in order to change that. So I kind of did really bad here. Good. I think I could do better than that. Let's try this one more time just to show it off. As you can see, not a very complicated special attack. It's just kind of hard to pull off because it's kind of hard to aim and fire at the same time. And the fact that Mario and Luigi are in different locations can throw you off because you have to sort of adjust your cursor to sort of correct for the angle difference when it changes from Mario and Luigi. So you have to be careful about that. Otherwise, though, it's not horribly hard. You can do quite a bit of damage with this attack. It's a very high-powered single-target attack. I think it's single-target. I forget, actually. Let's see if I can quickly see this before we get to past this part. I couldn't tell. I forget if it's single-target or not. I really just use these during bosses, so don't really ever get an opportunity to see whether or not. But we'll see him during the next boss, and you'll see how much damage it does. It's a very satisfying, fun attack. I do like Falling Star. Magic Window still is by far my favorite attack, and by far, in my opinion, the strongest attack in the game. But, Falling Star is certainly a very potent one. I mean, it makes sense that Magic Window would be. It's sort of like the ultimate secret. It's the hidden boss of the game. You know, it makes sense that it would end up being the best attack and one of the Cluster Road attacks. Like I said, as you guys know, last time we finished up the Cluster Road, so no more Cluster Road challenges to do ever. We are completely and totally done with those. We got ourselves the Master Wear, very, very potent wear, as you know, gives us a good chunk of defense and some extra special attack damage actually as well, which we're going to see during the next boss fight. You're going to see that we're going to be doing quite a hefty amount of damage with our special attacks from now on. Anyway, I believe that's the last bit of beans we can get for this area. I'm just going to show off DX Power Gloves. They're actually pretty, they sell for quite a lot of money if you ever need some funds, which you're going to see in a few episodes from now why we're going to actually need a lot of funds. We will in the future. But they give you, I believe, a 20% power boost. Not a bad item to put on. It's certainly one you could certainly consider without it being a big problem. So you might want to consider that. I don't know. Really up to you guys. I'm gonna sort of give these beans to I guess I'll give one to Mario, but I'm gonna focus the other one on Luigi because obviously Mario having the Master Wear does not need the extra bean boost. Although I might switch the Master Wear to Luigi. I'm not sure who exactly I want to have for which wear because there's two really good wares like I've mentioned. I'm not sure which one I want to give to who. Or, I mean, maybe at some point I'll even just switch and use two of the really good expensive one you can get and just forego the Master Wear entirely. It's really a debate whether you want to use Master Wear or not. It's good. I guess the other wear is slightly better, but Master Wear has its own unique advantages that actually is a viable option to use. I think just for the sake of variety, I'll probably use one of each just for funsies. You know, variety, it's a cool thing to have. But I'm not entirely sold on what I want to do in terms of final end-game equipment at the moment. Certainly for like the post-game stuff, I'll probably want to use two of the ones that you can buy. Or, well, maybe not, because the extra special attack damage is very nice. And the quote-unquote ultimate wear does not give you that special attack boost. Anyway, we're back. Now we're on the right path. It's a lot quicker. There's really nothing here to get at all. Because this is really supposed to be Bowser's section. Like, I'm not sure if you're supposed to be able to get past, if, like, you were intended, I guess you were intended to get past it, because obviously, you know, they have question mark blocks here for you to access, and Mario enemies here for you to access, so I guess you're intended to get over here, but I don't know, it kind of seems weird that you're able to just sort of slip past these statues. I'm not sure if if you're supposed to, or if there's supposed to be another way you're supposed to get over here. I'm not really sure, because it does make a nice, really quick shortcut to the rear gardens. I mean, there's a lot less stuff to do over on the right side, that's for sure, as you see. Because now we're already back here at the castle. So we're back here at the castle entrance, you know, we've already come full circle. So, really, I guess that's just sort of how this works. We'll just go ahead and make our way back over to the rear gardens, because that's where we need to be in order to progress further in the plot. Because the rear gardens have this hidden entrance or whatever we're trying to do. We need to find some way inside the Peach's castle, and then these guys show up. Bunch of douchebags, do not want. But the cool thing is, if there's two of them, you can actually hit them, and it'll actually hit the other enemies. So, funny little thing. Also, another thing I didn't get to show off. If you don't finish off these guys fast enough, if you don't finish off the heads fast enough, they will actually regen the bodies. You'll have to fight the guys from full health then. So, if a head shows up, kill it immediately, else it will start regenerating bodies. You don't want that. You don't want them regenerating their bodies. Not ever a good time having to refight them. So, you know, do yourself a favor. I just thought I'd quickly show that off and show that that is actually a thing that can happen. But that being said, guys, this is LuckySevenDX signing out. In the next episodes, we're going to explore the rear gardens and see what lies in store for us back there, and see if we can find ourselves an entrance inside Peach's castle. Bye-bye.